Tanner, how is it that we add and subtract fractions? Yeah, we have to have common denominators. So notice we're looking for the least common multiple, which means the number that both 8 and 2 multiply to. It turns out they both multiply to 8. So I'll multiply the top and bottom by 4. So that way I have a denominator of 8. 4 over 8 plus 3 over 8. Notice I didn't have to do anything to the fraction on the right side. And I get 7 over 8. For the next one, 5 over 7 minus 2 over 5. Does anybody know what the least common multiple is?
35.
Correct, it's 35, 5 times 7. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by 5 and the top and bottom by 7. Notice we get 25 over 35 minus 14 over 35. What do you get? (11/35). Least common multiple between 2 and 9. Yeah, so you're going to multiply the top and bottom by 9 and the top and bottom by 2. So we get 27 over 18 plus 10 over 18. Grand total of 37 over 18. Our last one, should our least common multiple be 150? No, what should our least common multiple be? 30. So I'll multiply the top and bottom by 3. And on this side, I'll multiply the top and bottom by 2. So having some number sense and seeing that least common multiple is important. 27 over 30 minus 4 over 30. 23 over 30. We good with adding and subtracting general fractions? So let's flip it over and we're going to look at rational expressions that are being added and subtracted. So here, let's add and subtract these. I have x minus 3 over 2, and I'm going to add that to 2x minus 7 over 3. What will the common denominator be? So notice that I'm going to have to multiply this entire expression by 2. On the other side, I have to multiply the entire expression by 3. So what will be the new denominator? 6. And on the top, 3x minus 9. Good, you distributed the 9 through, or the 3 through. Plus, now distribute the 2 through, and I get 4x minus 14. Yes, you are. You're a genius. So if we are able to combine like terms, we should. It looks like I'm going to have 7x and minus 23 all over 6. We okay with that? What's different about letter B? It's a couple things. They already have the same denominator, and instead of addition, subtraction. So just please understand that 4 is your denominator, but then in your numerator, 7x plus 3, and you are going to subtract 3x minus 5. This is probably one of the most common mistakes made on your test. People do not properly distribute that subtraction sign. So I have 7x minus 3x is 4x. And then what's 3 minus negative 5? Positive 8. My resulting fraction is 4x minus 8 over 4. Can that be simplified? Just cancel off the 4's? No. Is everything divisible by 4? Sure. I'll write it like this. If you factor a 4 out of the top, you're left with x plus 2. Now can I cancel the 4's? And now you can see that the result is x plus 2. Factor the 4 out of this guy, you're left with x plus 2. Three A. My denominators are no longer just numbers, I have expressions. What should be my common denominator? 6x. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by 2x. And on this other side, 3 over 3. So my new denominator is 6x. And the numerator, please make sure you distribute the 3. So what will I have if I distribute the 3? 15x minus 3 minus 8x squared minus 6x. Good. So I was waiting to see if you would continue to distribute that subtraction sign all the way through. Let's take the 4 and the 3 and create them both to be negative terms. So we're going to take the 2x times 4. That gives us the 8x squared. And then 2x times the 3 is going to give us 6x. But the subtraction sign will distribute through to make both negative. Okay, I'm going to write it negative 8x squared. 15x and negative 6x make 9x. I have a negative 3, and that's all over 6x. We good? Okay. Letter B, common denominator. 35x. So that means I multiply the top and bottom of the right by, and the top and bottom of the left by. So your new denominator is 35x. What are you going to have in the numerator? 14x squared plus 20. Got 4 left. So does it look a little bit more challenging, huh? Common denominator? How about x times x minus 1? So therefore, I need another x in the denominator here, so I multiply top and bottom by x. Top and bottom here by? Good. So this is a little bit involved. Notice that we get x times x minus 1 in the denominator. In the numerator, you have x minus 1 times x plus 1. And then you have plus x times x, which is x squared. Anybody, how do I multiply x minus 1 times x plus 1? FOIL, what are you going to get? X squared. You have a negative x and you have a positive x, which cancel, right? Negative x and positive x cancel, and then negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Are there any terms you could combine together? X squared. So I get 2x squared over Okay, we're going to skip letter B. Don't like the problem. And we're going to do problem number 5, A and B. So before I start adding these together, anybody know what I should do first? This side by x minus 3. This side. I think Devarian is correct in what he's thinking. If I take this x squared minus 9 and factor it to x minus 3 times x plus 3, notice that we have, notice they both have an x minus 3 in the denominator. So what does the right side need that the left side already has? What does the right side need? The right side needs an x plus 3. So I don't have to do anything to the left-hand side. It's just to the right-hand side, and you multiply the top and bottom by x plus 3. This is going to be a little bit involved. I have in the denominator x minus 3 times x plus 3. And in the numerator, I have 4x minus 3 minus, and I'm going to subtract all this stuff that gets multiplied out. It's going to take a little bit of work. 2x times x. 2x times 3. 6x. And negative 3 times x. So that will add to 3x. Negative 3 times 3. So let's see what we can combine together. In the top, I have an x squared. Is it going to be a positive 2x squared or a negative 2x squared? I can combine the 4x. Is it 4x plus 3x or is it 4x minus 3x? Minus, because of the subtraction sign, it'll be a 4x minus 3x, which is just x. Negative 3, look at this. This is where it gets complicated. Negative 3 minus negative 9. Negative 3 minus negative 9. Positive 6. Over x minus 3 times x plus 3. Last example. What should I do first before I start multiplying? Like your idea. Awesome, great idea. We're going to factor out the 3. So I have 3 times x minus 2. So what does the left side need that the right side already has? A 3. So I will just multiply the top and bottom by 3 over here. Three times 2x, 3 times negative 7, plus 8x, over 3 times x minus 2, total of 14x, minus 21, over 3 times x minus 2. That is the kind of, the challenge of adding and subtracting rational expressions. Do you agree that that's a little bit more challenging than what we were doing yesterday? We were just simplifying. So adding and subtracting is usually a little bit more complicated, and then we get to solving rational equations. So a little bit involved. But fortunately, you guys are extremely intelligent. If you flip to your worksheets, the front and the back we did yesterday, and then you should be able to right now move to adding and subtracting rational expressions. All of the worksheets, answer keys are currently on the board. You guys should be good to go.